We know all the common menopause symptoms such as flushes and sweats, fatigue, anxiety, but there are quite a lot that maybe you've not heard about or you have experienced, but you just didn't associate with the perimenopause or the menopause. So today I'm going to look at another 3 of them. I seem to be asked a lot about these ones quite recently. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go over them, but also what you can do to help yourself in this situation. So number 1 is itchy scalp. So the main reason for this is falling estrogen. We know that falling estrogen affects the skin, so it can become thinner, it can become much more sensitive, and therefore anything that you're using on your hair, such as shampoo, conditioners, your hair dye, other kinds of treatment as well, can really irritate and affect your scalp. And if you think about it, you're washing your hair, you're putting conditioner on, you're maybe putting hairspray on, all these things, and they're being left on your scalp and your hair maybe for a good couple of days before you wash them again. So it's no wonder, especially, conventional shampoos, etc., they're absolutely full of chemicals, and it's not surprised that these are going to irritate and make the scalp really, really itchy. It can also be stress, and we know how stressed we all tend to get in this day and age, never mind all the extra stress that the hormones are putting upon us. So again, stress creates acidic chemicals. These chemicals can irritate the skin. You can get big hits of histamine, again, which is going to cause a lot of itching and discomfort. So what to do here? First of all, look at your shampoos and your conditioners and all the other things you may be putting on your hair, and try and go as natural as you can. And it can make a real difference. I can't remember the last time I used conventional shampoo, so I try and go for organic or the really natural ones, and they're just so much kinder for your hair anyway. You can go for natural dyes. There's quite a few companies that do really nice ones now. You could try our neem shampoo, as we recommend this for scalp conditions. Remember the water, because dehydration will affect the skin. And maybe if you're stressed and anxious, and especially if you're getting itchy skin elsewhere, is to have a couple of cups of nettle tea a day, because that's a really nice natural antihistamine. Number 2 is muscle aches and pains. So this is one, a lot of people tell me that they wake up in the morning and they feel as if they've run a marathon the day before. Their muscles are so sore, they're so stiff, it really takes a while to get moving. Sometimes it may just be that you're sitting at your desk or watching the TV for a little while, and when you get up, it's that kind of everything is just really, really stiffened up. So this is really an important one to be aware of. There is something that we are more prone to as we go through the perimenopause and menopause, and that's called sarcopenia. And what that means basically is that your muscle mass just starts to shrink. So, and that in itself, as your muscle is being broken down and not built up again, that can cause a lot of the pain and discomfort. And the problem with issues such as sarcopenia is that as your muscles lose mass and strength, your joints are less supported. So you may be more likely to end up with arthritis, especially in the big joints like the hips and the knees, and possibly the shoulders as well. But you need plenty of muscle mass in order to burn calories. So if your muscle mass decreases, you are going to burn less calories, which may then mean that you put weight on, maybe slowly, but over a year or two, you might find that your weight is starting to creep up. So this is a really important one. And the less muscle mass you have, the more unfit you become, and that then will take you through the menopause, and it could cause lots of problems later on. So the main thing here, aches and pains, is low magnesium, dehydration, and especially if you're getting things first thing in the morning, it can just be because you got dehydrated during the night, especially if you're getting night sweats as well. It can be lack of protein. Now, our protein needs go really high in the perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, and very often we tend to eat less of it as we get older. So it's really important to keep your protein intake up. If you are not too keen on meat and you just think, I can't eat any more meat and fish in my diet, if you're vegetarian, if you're vegan, then all you need to do is go with what's called a plant-based protein powder, and you just make that into a drink, have that once a day, and that's a really good portion of protein that's going to help to keep your muscles nice and stable. Plenty of water to ease the dehydration, your magnesium as well to help reduce muscle pain and discomfort, and exercise. It's so important that the older you get, as you go through the perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause, the more regular exercise you need to do just to keep your muscle mass stable. Doesn't have to be mega mad stuff, you know. I wouldn't fancy going to the gym for an hour 4 or 5 days a week, but just regular exercise. So that's your walking, even a brisk 15 to 30-minute walk once a day. Dancing, fabulous exercise, and it's great for all the leg muscles. You can do your yoga can be a really good one. Things like your Tai Chi and Qigong. Any of these exercises where you're holding muscle posture or you're using your muscles aerobically will help to keep your muscles really nice and strong. So this is an important one to just be aware of, because once you lose the muscle mass, it's going to be so much harder to try and build up again. So number 3, which is another one I'm getting asked a lot about recently, is a change in colour and smell of your urine. Now, this can be common anytime. It could be, you know, you're on holiday, it's really hot, you maybe haven't drunk enough, so your urine and colour and smell can change really, really quickly. But we know in the perimenopause and menopause that hormonal changes can play a big part in the colour and the smell of urine too. And you tend to be more susceptible, especially because dehydration can be such a big issue here. So definitely dehydration is going to do it. It's going to make your urine more concentrated, so it's going to smell stronger, and it's going to be a much darker colour. But there are other things as well that can do. Some hormonal medication may be a factor, so you need to look at any kind of hormonal medication that you're on. It could be other medication. If your urine has changed after you've started new medication from the doctor, it could be that. So maybe just check the side effect of that particular medication. It can be supplements. If you're taking a multivit that has B vitamins in it, or you're taking a vitamin B complex, this is one, it can be quite frightening the first time you take it, because some of the B vitamins can turn your urine a kind of fluorescent yellow or kind of greeny colour, which can be quite a shock the first time it happens. So be aware that it could just be your supplements as well. There are also some foods that can make your urine smell really strong. So that's things like asparagus, and Jerusalem artichoke is another one too. So if the change of smell is just happening occasionally, then maybe just look at what you were eating beforehand, because it may be more to do with that rather than anything else. So again, loads of water, and this will work really, really quickly at diluting your urine. The only thing with this one, if you are getting a lot of discomfort when you're passing urine, it could be something like cystitis, and especially if you're getting blood in your urine, then please do get this one checked out by your doctor or pharmacist. So I hope you found this one helpful. If any of you have experienced any of these and you've done something that's worked, or if you have any other symptoms that you're not too sure about, please let me know, because I may well include them, because this little session with strange symptoms, it will come up quite regularly because we get to hear all sorts of strange and wonderful things. So until next time, have a lovely week and I'll see you then.